Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Have you, or your friends, or your kids felt bored this past few months because of the quarantine? I see two head nods.
Oh,
I
okay.
for sure felt bored. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the National Anti-Boredom Month. Did you guys know that July is officially the Anti-Boredom Month? To give some background as to the definition of boredom, and then going into how this month of boredom, anti-boredom came to be. And I'm also going to give you some tips to not be bored during this month and also hopefully for the rest of the year. Boredom can happen due to a lot of things. For example, the quarantine, social distancing, COVID that we are going through currently. Boredom is defined by the psychology department as the inability to engage in a satisfying activity. But are you curious as to why July of all the 12 months was decided as the National Anti-Boredom Month? I'm going to give you the reason. In June is when the kids get out of school. We are excited for the holidays and they are happy about it. They are pumped up. They are excited to meet friends. Then comes July 4th. We have a ton of fun with the fireworks. But then there is the sweltering heat of the mid-July, smack in between, where we do not know what to do. It's too hot to go outside, and we are so bored inside. Given the quarantine, we can't even go out that much these days. And then come August, kids are back to school, and they have something to look forward to again. Hence, July was selected as the National Anti-Boredom Month. All this started by a person called Alan Aruba. He was watching the Macy's Thanksgiving parade on TV and he exclaimed, "Ah, I'm so bored with this." He went on to propose that the television broadcasters were broadcasting the same event again and again to unsuspecting audience through the years. So in 1984, he proposed an institute called the Boredom Institute. It was a fake institute by all means, and he put out advertisements with his theory. But a lot of unsuspecting people came back to him complaining about the different things in life that they were bored with. So the institute turned from a satirical institute to something to increase self-awareness and to combat depression. But you can always argue that boredom is not always bad. In fact, there is a German study which shows that there are 5 different kinds of boredom: searching, um, calibrating, reactant, being indifferent, and being apathetic. Of these 5, indifferent is the most non-violent one, where it doesn't affect you and you are not reacting to it. And the adverse of it is the reactant one, where the situation affects you so much and it deteriorates your health. There was a study where people were asked to do a creative task. They were asked to come up with alternative uses for mundane items, say a different use for this water bottle, for example. And they were divided into 2 groups. The first group, they were asked to do something boring and then take this creative challenge. And the second group dived directly into this creative challenge. And guess what the results were? People who were sitting idly and being bored came up with better results in this challenge. That shows that letting daydreaming and letting your creative juices flow is a good way to spark creativity. But not everyone who is bored has their creative juices flowing. Studies have shown that people who are bored are 2.5 times more likely to die of a heart disease. Today, I'm going to share with you some ways to combat this boredom. first one is developing new skills. Can I just see a show of hands as to who all started doing something new during this quarantine? I'm going to pick on a few people. Keith, do you want to share what you did? Something that was new?
I did a 20-chapter tutorial on Jenkins, the software tool.
Oh, that's cool. Is that something you've always wanted to?
It's just part of, trying to learn everything. I don't know if everybody knows, I'm currently looking for a new position. So yeah, I'm just studying everything I can, that is what I'd call modern software tools that everybody's using.
That's interesting, Keith. Thanks for sharing. Ken, would you like to go next?
I pulled my 3 novels off the shelf so that I could rewrite them and make them better. Then I branched out into short stories, and I've written 22 short stories this month.
Wow. Talk about new skills and brushing up old ones. Thank you for sharing, Ken. That's exactly what I call developing our skills. And that segues us nicely into my second suggestion, to update our resume. I for sure have been putting this somewhere in the back burner. We all work on different things and different skills through our years and months, but that's not always reflective on our resume or our online profile, say our LinkedIn. So maybe we can spend this time or to ward away our boredom and also be more current on our achievements. The next is the happy fun one, where you get to spend time with the people you love and care, be it playing board games or coming up with your family tree. It's always fun. Given these 3 tips, I hope that all of us lead a fulfilled 2020 and let boredom be something of the past and live our life to the fullest the rest of 2020 and not just the month of July. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Namitha.